Everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we're looking at Fate Apocrypha, episode 20. So, once again, I have issues with this episode and the show in general. So, I am particularly caring about the characters a lot. I do care about these characters. I do want to know more about Sieg and how long he's going to last, especially with the revelation that he's only able to transform now 2 more times into Siegfried, and then his body probably will go through a kind of destruction of sorts. I don't want that to happen. I like Sieg. I love Ruler. I think that they are like such a nice couple together, and I wish they'd become a couple, but it seems like an all too obvious ploy that we're going to have Sieg end up dying unless he gets, some wish granted that he become a real person. But at the current rate he's going, it looks like he's going to be a sacrifice. And I hope that doesn't happen. I hope I'm wrong about that. But it's just how this show, I think, will do things. But my biggest issue with this show is that I feel like at this point, the story is kind of convoluted, especially with the war going on. We have all these characters. We have them obviously having switched sides over the course of the series. And the problem with that is that it leads to a lot of confusion on who's doing what and who's fighting for who and why they're fighting for who. We have, for example, we have Sharon protecting our main team. And then we also have Achilles being his student, but also more so going against him, working for, Shiro's plan of changing the world. Now, we do get a kind of glimpse onto what that could be from what Sharon's reaction is, and more so, him realizing that it's not that he's looking for, Shiro's not looking for annihilation of mankind or, a rebirth of mankind, but he's looking for this thing called the salvation, concept of salvation. And it's not like, I don't mean by the way like a key term item or something that it's, that object. It's more so though, it looks like maybe a change of how people are, or even their souls, or how we work as a human race. And I'm very curious about how he actually plans doing that, like what will happen for that. Because as we know, the Grail is not I want to say quintessential thing everyone thinks it is in the story. And for most people that have seen the Fate series, they know that, the Grail is kind of a liar's thing. It gives you a wish, but at the same time, the wish that it gives you can be kind of tainted. So it's like, how does he plan on saving everyone? That's Shiro though. That's, even if Shiro is not in his original form as, Fate, the Fate series in general, he still has that soul to him that, he wants to save people. And that's very interesting. I think that's a very clever thing to keep him as a character for this kind of alternative world. But, I do have issues with, I want to say, just the convoluted concepts. I think that a lot of these characters are fighting for so many different sides that I'm having problems trying to keep up with this. And I know, listen, that's my own personal issue. That's not a thing that I think is really wrong with the show per se. But I also know that a lot of people are agreeing with me on this too, that they are saying that it's a little bit kind of convoluted to almost figure out who's on what side. Is this person a trustable ally, or is this person an enemy? Where is the kind of thin line between it? Is someone trying to betray someone? It's just a little bit everywhere. Like, for example, we know for a fact that Archer Red, I believe, who's the one girl, she doesn't like Ruler because she's kind of tainted from the whole, issue that happened in Jack the Ripper's storyline, and going into her world, kind of messed her up. It clearly left a trace on her. Now, I said before it's like a possession, and I really still stand by that it possessed her, not as the literal sense of, like some kind of spirits attached to her, but more so it tainted her because what she saw there was horrible, but at the same time we did see something attached to her, and I think that's a metaphorical way of looking at it, where it's like this left a big mark on her to make it so her mindset completely changed. That's why she sees Ruler as an enemy and now really wants to kill her just because of what she did to, those kids in the world. But, it's like, besides those two, who are enemies, everyone else is like, what are they fighting for? What's the real purpose? Do they really want to go with Shiro's plan? Are they going to betray him? It's just a little all over the place for me. And I feel like I'm not alone with that. So, it's definitely one of my issues with Fate Apocrypha. But I'll tell you, the action in this week's episode was pretty good. I liked the whole airplane scenes. I think that was kind of cool that Achilles basically stopped the plane rolling into him with his own bare hands. That was freaking awesome. And I love the whole fight between him. I'm not saying between them, but I love how he's like riding on his on his chariot in the sky and like avoiding stuff. That was really cool. I thought that was all pretty badass. But what did you guys think about this week's episode? Do you have the same issues I have with the show in general? What are your thoughts about the Fate Apocrypha? I would love to know in general in the comments below. As always, I'm done with my reviews today, guys. I'm really tired, so I do apologize if I seem like I'm tired, but it's been a long day. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great blessed day, everyone. God bless you all. Bye-bye, everyone.